What's up, everybody? Mike here, and I want to talk a little bit about electrical diagnosis. So we can see here I have quite a few different tools sitting in front of me, and these tools will all do a lot of the same things, except some of them are better suited than others for various items and various test procedures. Now, what we have here is we're going to start off with the most simple old school tester. The incandescent test light. It has its place. This is if you're testing main power sources to a control module or something like that, a main power supply. These will add a bit of a load, and they will give you a nice bright light if you have a good power supply. You have your LED test light. Now this one also has a voltage reading on it, and it'll show you 12 volts every time you touch something with 12 volts. Now the bad thing is, just because you have 12 volts doesn't mean it's a good enough current source to power a module. So that's why this thing here is really good for like testing fuses and such, just to see if there's power there. This one will come on and test fuses, and it'll also show you, because it'll be dimmer if you're not getting good voltage. We also have just a standard voltage tester that sometimes this will just check for presence of voltage. So if you're dealing with your inverters in the car and you just want to see if it has a voltage present, this is what you want to have, because that will do it. This is pretty basic test light. The great thing about this one is it has a hold feature. So whenever you check for voltage in a spot you can't see very well, you can hit that hold button and it'll keep your voltage reading on the screen. But it's still just basically an LED test light. This is a fuse tester that has the two prongs on it that just simply goes into the back of a fuse and will give you a resistance reading across it, tell you what the fuse is doing, tell you if the fuse is good or bad, and all that stuff. This is something that plugs into your OBD port, and it will give you a draw reading of how much voltage the car is drawing. This one is great for testing ignition coils. So you just touch the tip on the ignition coil and you'll see it flashing. This one flashes blue. This is just a 2-pole tester, and this one you put one end on one end of the circuit, one on the other end of the circuit, and it just gives you a nice voltage reading. This is commonly used whenever you're checking for presence of power on like hybrid systems. This is just a pretty standard digital multimeter. This one is enhanced so it shows up in color. This is the Big Daddy DSO multimeter. Probably not everyone is going to have one of these. So this goes in conjunction with this little box here. This is where the magic happens, and this plugs in via USB to a printer cable to this box. Now this is basically the same thing. This is also a little handheld DSO, which will do a lot of the same stuff, but this one has more channels. So as we can see, this one's a 4-channel DSO. This one's only a 2-channel DSO. Now DSO is great for watching signals and verifying CAN signals and on-offs with duty cycles and such. And so it, as I said, connects from this. Let's get that plugged in into the USB here on the side. So now we should see that we have a lab scope, which we can look at. We can look at pressure signals and all that other good stuff like that. Now, one of the really nice things about these is you can also hook up an amp clamp like this, or like this, straight into this. So you can see it's going to plug in to here, like so, and now we have an amp clamp. So we have different types of signals that we can look at here, pressure signals, various things. But the greatest thing with this is being able to look at like CAN bus signals and being able to see the symmetrical signals from CAN low to CAN high. So whenever you're testing CAN signals, you want to use something in the neighborhood of a DSO. It may not have to be this particular one. Could be a little handheld like this guy right here. But all in all, these all have their place. These are all good for different things. So I wish I had a good power supply so I could show the differences of what these will do, because they're all going to show you that you have 12 volts. But having 12 volts in automotive diagnostics is just a very small part of the picture, because what the 12 volts this one will show may not be enough power to light this one up. So 12 volts doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good signal. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's enough voltage. It just means the voltage is there, but you may still need more amperage to power the unit you're trying to power. And that's where all these other guys come into play. So we can look and do a voltage drop reading with this DSO or this multimeter and be able to tell what's going on. Now, we can't necessarily do a voltage drop with our test lights. Now, this test light may tell us that something's not quite right because the light's going to be dim. This one may still show us 12 volts because it doesn't take much voltage to light up an LED. But when we start doing voltage drop testing and we start testing for actual current flow, this one will do the most. This one you got to be sure what you're doing, because you can pop the fuse in a multimeter quite easily, because voltage spikes will still pop a fuse. But because this one kind of looks at everything from the outside, being a DSO, and it all just runs through this box, through amp clamps and such, that you're more than likely not going to pop a fuse on something like this. So that being said, this right here is one of your absolute best tools for testing everything, but it's not practical to break out the DSO every time you want to check fuses or see if that body control module or comfort module or convertible top module, whatever has enough power. We can do that with a meter. We used to do glow plugs like that with a incandescent test light to see were they getting enough supplied voltage, or were we getting a weak signal to one of them or a bad ground. So that's another thing we can check with a test light is grounds, because if we got a really terrible ground connection, we're also probably going to have a dim light. Now, there's various other testing equipment out there. This is the ones I decided to bring over and talk about just a little bit. Now, another point in time, I plan on trying to utilize all these tools together to show a little bit more about them, but this is just kind of an introduction into the different testing tools that are available for electrical testing and a little bit about what they do. So they all have their place, and these two are going to be, well, these three are going to be better at your voltage drop than anything else on this table will. And they will kind of tell us, do we have voltage being used up along a circuit between the power source and the consumer. This will check right at the consumer and kind of verify that there's enough power there to power that consumer. This is just simply going to tell us, is there 12 volts present? And, you know, this will just tell us, are our coils actually firing? These all have their specific purpose and they're all great to have. So, what is your favorite one to use? Personally, I use this one most regularly because most of the time I'm just checking fuses. If I have to get into something deeper, then I'm breaking out this one. I hope I don't ever really have to break out the big multimeter with the DSO, because that means things have gotten real bad and I'm going to have to dig real deep into my diagnostics to get to where I'm trying to get. But anyway, most frequently used, second most frequent, and then third, fourth. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching this. Tell me what your favorite diagnostic tool is to use, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hopefully I'll have a power source by then and I can show functions of these things. Have a great day. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and check out some more of those videos. Have a great day.